Chaudhary, who's the CMD, and Mr. Ranjan Jindal, who's the CFO at Vikram Solar. And first of all, let's talk about the listing. And Ganesh, let's start by getting a brief overview of how you plan on utilizing the proceeds of your IPO now that you're listed on the bourses.
This has been long coming. What Vikram Solar plans to do with the fundraise from the capital markets is twofold. One is a 6 gigawatt module manufacturing plant and 3 gigawatt of cell manufacturing. It's all going to be in Tamil Nadu.
Ranjan, speaking about the company's financials, how will the fresh issue of funds, particularly for backward integration into solar cell manufacturing, the impact metrics like margins, which did witness a slight dip in the last fiscal and are also a bit lower than your peers?
FY25, we encountered an EBITDA of 14.3%, and with captive cell coming in, obviously the market for the DCR is open for us. That will give us additional margins. And with economies of scale as well, we'll be able to add to the overall EBITDA margin collectively.
Okay, and Ganesh, once again talking about your outlook, you plan to expand capacity from 4.5 gigawatts today to 20.5 by FY27. Help us understand what's the pipeline to achieve this target and what's in the works?
So our overall plans stand for 15.5 gigawatt cumulative capacity by end of this fiscal, and the additional capacities coming up partially in our existing plant and a new plant that we are envisaging. All of this is to make sure that we consolidate our position in the market with respect to capacity as well as available product for large projects that are currently ongoing and are ready to go.
Right. Ranjan, could you also provide a more detailed timeline and breakdown of the Capex utilization from the IPO proceeds for the new facility in Tamil Nadu?
So as we explained, this project will bring in 6 gigawatt of module capacity and 3 gigawatt of cell in Tamil Nadu. The overall project cost is at 3,100 crores. 1,400 part of the overall equity of 1,500 goes towards the equity component, and the balance is funded through debt, which has already been secured.
Right. Ganesh, also help us understand what's going to be your export strategy now, especially at the time of this US tariff overhang and the implementation from tomorrow morning.
So after fiscal 23-24, we pivoted towards the domestic market significantly, almost entirely. And the reason was we were seeing a lot of uncertainty happening in the US markets for us. Now what we see is that while the dust settles on the tariff issue with the US, which I'm very hopeful that India will prevail in overall meeting its expectations with respect to exports. We are focusing primarily on the domestic market because that is giving us phenomenal revenue as well as EBITDAs, and parallelly building new markets out of Europe, Middle East, Australia, and other far Latin American countries.
Right, Ganesh, so while we're talking about your exports, give us a breakup of what the revenue profile is going to look like in the next 2 to 3 years between exports and domestic business.
While we stay optimistic about our export revenue, as I said, our largest share of product is going for domestic, and within domestic we have IPP and utility projects taking up almost 60-70% of our overall product. The rest is going to be divided between CNI and distribution sales.
Right, Ranjan, Ganesh, both of you, thank you so much for your time and congratulations once again on your listing. That's Vikram Solar, just